When you look at a highly competitive team, you tend to look at the star player who leads the team night in and night out, but when you really dissect the team down to the core level, you can see that it's far more to it than just one player doing all the work. The Denver Nuggets have shown the NBA for years that working as a cohesive unit is the recipe for success nowadays, and boy oh boy do they showcase it on a high level. Sure, you have Nikola Jokic who can lead the Nuggets with not only his craftiness to go score, but he can set up his partner in crime in Jamal Murray for a poster on King James. And once he has his confidence, Jamal Murray can bury these clutch shots to put teams to bed.
Murray to try to break the tie.
As good as those two are, we all know not only two players can win you the game, so when you add in some valuable role players, it just elevates the team in totality. With the combo of a lethal shooter in Michael Porter Jr. and a relentless force inside in Aaron Gordon, it's literally the perfect mix-up to give opposing teams a major problem. When you push the pace not letting the Lakers set up, well, this is where communication is huge, as LeBron should have stayed back on Gordon and Reeves, who was barely in frame, should have took Murray, but since this didn't happen and LeBron rotated up, Jamal tells MPJ to dish it to AG, and that was an easy reverse slam for the bucket. These two can play so well off one another because with Gordon's ability to slash to the rim, it'll force the defense to sink on him completely, but this is where the fatal mistake comes in, because now with the Lakers defense in rotation, MPJ is left wide open on the perimeter, and we already know how this ends. You honestly have to be on your P's and Q's when you're guarding this unit, because with AD sitting in space not committing to anything, this is what makes LeBron stun at MPJ, which is not the brightest idea, because now you give Aaron Gordon the easy cut to the rim for the free 2 points. When you go against a team who will expose any defensive breakdown, you can't afford to be out of position or late on rotations, because now you just give them confidence as looks at the basket become so easy. If I keep it all the way real with you guys, the Nuggets were exposing the defense of LeBron and the pick and roll defense of the Lakers heavily with MPJ and Aaron Gordon. If you watch this play here, you can see that LeBron is guarding Aaron on the opposite side of the floor, so he should be in the middle of the paint and help position, but with him not being there, when MPJ comes off this pin down, Rui is going to chase over the top because of Porter's three-point ability, but since MPJ curls to the rim, Rui is now trailing the play, LeBron is just ball watching, and now MPJ gets to get me inside. That tendency to watch Jokic operate can cause so many problems for teams, because yeah, he can cause damage to your defense, so you're going to set up to double him. But it's crucial that you don't fall asleep, or else that baseline cut dump off will eat you alive. It's understandable that you don't want to just be camping out in the lane, but when you're guarding a 29% shooter from deep, you should be toe tapping in the paint ready for the drive and let D'Lo split the ground between both defenders. And if and when Gordon drops to the rack, you'll be ready in position to stop him, or you force him to make the alley-oop pass to a cutter that you could potentially break up, but none of this happens, and now James is late to the Gordon dunk fest. Basketball is truly a game of matchups and positioning on the floor. Sure, IQ can take you far, but when you fail to use it to the best of your ability, how far can it really take you? You can have yourself already in the best position to stop the back door, but when your eyes are glued on the ball and you forget where your man is, this slight fake from Porter sends LeBron out to the corner, Gordon is now uncovered down low, and it's another two-hander added to Gordon's highlight reel. A lot of these breakdowns tend to make no sense, as when the pick and roll is initiated with Murray and Jokic, there has to be some trust that AD will be able to take away a Murray layup inside, so LeBron should stay connected to Gordon, but for whatever reason, AD is posing no threat. LeBron leaves the known cutter and Gordon to go help, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure you already know what happens next.
Murray bounce it again and again and again.
You heard the announcer, again and again and again this will happen, and at what point do you study the pick and roll and learn that AD needs to use his length to cut off Murray and live with a rotation on the kick out back to Jokic? Rui should be glued to Gordon to take away any type of lob, and LeBron should be on the hot shooter and MPJ ready for a kick out, but I guess film study isn't a thing in LA, they just like to watch flight simulators. At this point, I just want to know what the two stars in LA are thinking. AD should be more than ready to either take away the Murray drop down the middle or notice MPJ is cutting to the rim, as he's literally guarding a non-3-point threat. On the flip side, LeBron should have never cheated this pass to KCP up top, and instead he should have stayed put, as he's athletic enough to recover to wherever the pass is thrown between these two. But with this defense just all out of whack, Porter is able to catch backdoor, up fake to get AD on a trampoline, and then Rui forgets that he's on the opposing team and doesn't even attempt to make it more difficult for Porter to kiss this off the glass. This right here is why you need a team that is all bought in defensively and understands personnel. Because yeah, Reeves is one pass away and LeBron is 2 passes away, so in theory it makes sense for LeBron to help middle, but when you have a player shooting 48% from deep during this series, why would you leave him? Instead, Reeves should be the one helping deep, so LeBron could then play the middle ground between KCP and Porter, but yet again, none of this happens as Murray draws the attention of 3 Lakers defenders, and for someone 6'10 and on fire, this contest is non-existent. I truly don't know what's so hard to get. Don't leave cutters, and certainly don't go under screens on a high-level shooter when they're running off, or else you're just giving up free buckets. You guys tell me, when coming off this high screen, AD and Reeves end up switching, but with Jokic out on the 3-point line, is it even smart for LeBron to want to switch right now? I'll give you 3 seconds to think about it. 3, 2, 1, and the answer is no. If Jokic was to catch at the 3-point line and start backing down Reeves, then the Lakers could then help. But with Reeves not in immediate trouble, why would you force a switch at this moment, allowing Gordon to be free to race to the basket, and then get upset with Reeves telling him to think? I'm sorry, King James, but you're the one to blame for that. Now don't take this as me just dogging LeBron out, as he is my second favorite player. But when it comes to film study, all that goes out the window, and you must keep it all the way real. Now, not everything is LeBron's fault, as I stated earlier that the Lakers as a whole couldn't figure out how to stop this Nuggets motion offense. Like, look at this play. AD is clearly in position to match up with Gordon right here, as Jokic is 90 feet away from scoring the ball. But instead of hustling back, he just acts lazy as if they're not down in the series. So now when LeBron gambles on a steal to Murray, this leaves Gordon with nothing but space on the runway, and now he's prepared for takeoff. With the role players on the Nuggets specializing heavily in certain aspects, the slashing nature of Gordon forces defenses to keep him out the paint, but the perfect counter for sunk-in defenses is high-level sniping, and MPJ gives you just that. As everyone here knows, you don't want to give shooters any daylight to get the shot off, because once the opening is there, the shot is in the air. Just exposing AD on these pick and rolls, Porter knows that AD isn't going to hedge hard when he's coming off, so these immediate pulls off the screen become straight cash. Like, I get it, you don't want to leave Jokic wide open, but what is really going on right here? Back when me and you were little kids, we had this thing called recess, and for MPJ, it looked like he had all day recess when coming off these screens having fun just shooting the Lakers out the gym. So now once he has all this confidence after seeing some shots fall, when you finally decide to step up, well, he's already locked in. It's just too many ways these guys can exploit your defensive mistakes, so you can't have bad communication on these pick and pops or else the 3-ball is going to drop. And you can't keep having the defense break down or else Gordon can avoid AD and go around. It was honestly a game of chess for the Nuggets as the Lakers played checkers. Once guys get hot, then there's nothing you can do as you have one of the best relief options in Michael Porter Jr. who will light you up from wherever, and when I say wherever, maybe I should add in whenever as well. MPJ's versatility and confidence is truly out of this world as he can torch you from deep just connecting on his shots at a high efficiency. If you throw smaller guards on him, then he'll truly have a field day just shooting over the top of them or taking them to the rack. And with his laser focus, it doesn't matter if he can't find his landing space, he's still gonna complete the mission. This series was truly an expose of the Lakers defense, but under a microscope, it was a failed mission on the leaders of this team in LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Sure, the other guys on this team play a role as well, as it does take a whole team to lose the game, as well as Darvin Ham. But there's only so much you can do as a coach, as once the guys step on the floor, you expect your star players to set the tone and put your team in the best position to succeed, whether that's on offense or defense. Men lie, women lie, and hey, in basketball, even the numbers can lie and skew things certain ways. But one thing that will always tell the truth is film study. And if I had the chance to have this Lakers roster in a room with the tape playing, everyone on this team will be getting cooked from the star players all the way down to the equipment managers. As Jokic and Murray dominated the Lakers, but when you sit down, you can see that the 2 role players outsmarted 2 high-level stars. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe and turn on all post notifications so you're first to know when a video goes up. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.